Welcome to First Unitarian Church on this beautiful Sunday. You are in for a treat. Today is our annual Christmas pageant. For those of you who are unfamiliar with our pageant, let me explain a few things. A few years ago, we threw our highly scripted pageant out the window. That was before we got the storm windows and we actually could open the window and throw things out. And we began a new pageant tradition. Instead of people signing up in advance, learning lines, and spending hours in rehearsal, we have narrators, simple masks, and fun bags of trinkets and props which will help us tell the story. Rocky Horror pageant style, but don't throw the coins. As the narrator reads, parts will be announced, and if you have that mask, then stand if you are willing and able, hold up your mask, and do your best impression of a sheep, or a Syrian bear, or whatever. So take a peek right now. Each bag has a specific part, like a donkey, or an angel, or a wise person. There are no speaking parts to worry about, but if you don't want to be the character that was given to you, then swap with a neighbor now, or forever hold your peace. As for the other things in your bag, listen carefully. Listen carefully. And we will tell you when to pull out the different items. We are all part of the Christmas story this morning.
Why do we celebrate Christmas? As Unitarian Universalists, most of us believe that Jesus was a human being, that he was an inspired spiritual teacher and compelling social revolutionary. If Jesus was the child of God, many of us believe he was so only in the way that each human being is a child of the holy. There are many ways to experience this sacred holiday. For some of us, we do celebrate the story of the only Son of God come to save the world, and that belief is welcome here. For others of us, the culture in which we live tells this story over and over, and we gather to experience it once again. But it is not only Christian religions that need to tell this story. We, as Unitarian Universalist people of faith, we too need to tell this story over and over. Why? Because like all great religious myths that have been told through the ages, this day and this story hold essential spiritual truths. As Ernest H. Summerfield once wrote, we believe that some stories deserve to live forever because of what they tell us of ourselves and our world. The angels singing an anthem of peace and goodwill deserve to be heard forever because they are the angels in human hearts. The humble shepherds who had ears to hear and hearts to receive a message of joy deserve to live to the end of time. They remind us of our responsibility to make this world into a better place. 3 wise persons, so faithfully seeking the way of a star, deserve to go in search again each year, as long as years shall be, for they are the story of our quest for what is best in ourselves and in each other, and our broken and beautiful world. This is the story we are going to tell once more.
As we enter this story together, our cantors will sing, O come, Emmanuel." We brought the cantors in to sing for us since it's still not that safe to sing in large groups. So follow along and sing in your heart.
Comfort to all exiles here, and
We are going to tell a story that you may have heard before. It's the story about a baby being born a long time ago. But it could be a story about a baby being born this very moment. A long, long, long time ago in a city far, far away from here, there lived an emperor named Caesar Augustus. He ruled almost the entire known world. One day, the emperor called together his advisors and said,
I need more money to fund my armies. Send out the soldiers to all the lands. They must tell the people that no matter where they are now, they must journey back to the town where they were born. And everyone must sign their name in a great big book and pay me a tax.
Well, since Caesar Augustus is interrupting everyone's lives, it seems like the perfect opportunity to interrupt our story and take up this morning's offering. In your Pageant bag, you will find a little gold coin to pay Caesar's tax. Also, feel free to put your real coins and bills in our offering plate, as well as on your Givelify app. And be sure to let a small friend near you drop that golden coin into the offering plate, because it's fun.
Thank you for your generous contributions. Now, let's return to our story. So following Caesar's decree, all the people of the Roman Empire were required to go to the town where their ancestors had been born, so they might register. Among those people were two teenagers from Galilee, Mary and Joseph. Mary and Joseph, can you put on your hats and please stand up? Look at these lovely teenagers. They were young. They loved each other. And Mary was about to have a baby. She had not taken owl. Mary and Joseph had to travel a long, long time for many, many days. They were so very tired. They wanted to rest and sleep. When they got to Bethlehem, they tried to find a room to rent for the night, but every place had a sign out front that said, "No vacancy." There was no room for them anywhere. Everyone turned away from them and they said, "You're not welcome here." Joseph was scared that they'd have no place to sleep. Finally, one innkeeper said,
I will let you sleep in my stable out back, but you need to know that the stable is old and not very clean. It is the place where my animals stay. The donkey, cows, and the goats. It smells kind of bad, but you will be safe for the night.
In our story, no one had any room. Their hearts were closed. Then one person, the innkeeper, decided to help. She found a way to make some room. The children's words for our second principle are, "Be kind in all you do." And it is often symbolized by an orange heart, since that is the second color in the rainbow. The adult wording speaks to us of justice, equity, and compassion. Reverend Emily Gage of Unity Temple, Chicago said, Justice, equity, and compassion in human relations points us towards something beyond the inherent worth and dignity of our first principle. It points us to the larger community and gets at collective responsibility. It reminds us that treating people as human beings is not simply something we do one-on-one, but something that has systemic implications and can inform our entire cultural way of being.
This is a story about opening our hearts and making room for anyone who needs to be cared for. Please open your bag and take out the heart. Hold it in front of your own heart, and please repeat these words after me. May this heart help me remember.
May this heart help me remember
That I am like the innkeeper.
that I am like the innkeeper.
May this heart help me remember.
May this heart help me remember
That I can open my heart to others.
that I can open my heart to others.
Now, give your heart to someone on your left or right, and they'll give you theirs to put on your face or your clothing, but not on the pews or the walls, please.
And so it was that while they were in this stable, Mary gave birth to her baby. She wrapped the baby in a clean cloth. Let's all welcome baby Jesus into the world. Baby Jesus into the world by hearing our cantors sing Away in the Manger.
Now, in this same country, there were shepherds living out in the fields, keeping watch over their flocks by night. Shepherds and animals, this is you! Put on your hats and masks and stand on up. What a flock! Their flock was made of sheep and cows and goats and camels and cats and, well, you get the idea.
Foxes?
It was a diverse crowd. The shepherds took care of them. They kept them together so they didn't get lost. If one did wander away and get lost, a shepherd would always go and find it. It was very, very dark out there in the field, and very cold, and sometimes dangerous.
Shepherds are people who care for other living things. In our story tonight, the shepherds and their dog care for the animals in the fields. But each one of us is like a shepherd. We need to take great care of each other and make sure that the smallest of us are watched over. We help each other and make sure everyone is taken care of and part of a loving community. We make sure that no one is ignored, and especially that no one is treated unfairly. We help keep each and every one of us safe and cared for. Now, find the hay in your pageant bag. And this is complicated, so listen up. You're going to pass toward the person in the center aisle, and then that person that's on the center aisle will walk forward, and please put the hay in our manger. And as we do that, we will listen to our cantor sing the First Nowell. Mary, will you please bring your baby up and place it in the manger? Oh. The hay we have collected will help us feed and care for our animals, and it will even help keep our new baby warm, because after all, kings and cows should be treated with the same kindness.
Now, in this story, in this country, where there were shepherds living out in the fields, behold, an angel stood before them, and the glory of Spirit shone all around. The angel said to them,
"Do not be afraid, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy for all people. For a baby is born in the city of Bethlehem, and this will be a sign to you. You will find an ordinary baby sleeping in a manger. They are poor and sleeping with the animals. But there is great love inside this baby, just as there is great love inside each of you. This baby will grow up and try to show us how to live in peace and how to love each other. They will show us how we can be saviors for this world."
Hearing this news, the shepherds and their animals wanted to see this extraordinary baby, so they traveled to Bethlehem. And suddenly, the sky was filled with angels singing beautiful songs and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill among all people." All right, time for our angels. If you have a fancy halo like this, put it on and stand up.
And even better, we all get to become a part of the sky filled with angels, because you all have this one too. So pull it out of your pageant bag, and if you're willing and able, let's stand up. With our hearts full and our hearts open, we place our halos on our heads and repeat these words. May this halo help me remember.
May this halo help me remember
That I am surrounded by love.
that I am surrounded by love.
And may this halo help me remember.
And may this halo help me remember
That I am love.
that I am love.
Let us become part of the angels' song. Let's hear our cantors sing, "Angels We Have Heard on High."
Angels we
On this night, a star shone brighter in the sky than on any other night. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem, wise people from the east came to Jerusalem, asking, "Where are they who have been born? For we have seen their star in the east and have come to pay homage." Now, we need wise people. Wise people, put on your crowns and stand up. Woo-hoo! All right.
These wise people came from a faraway land, a land that was probably Iraq or Iran. They had seen a bright star in the sky and had followed it to the stable. "We've followed the star," they said, "because we knew it would lead to a place where all people would be treated kindly, no matter what land they came from, no matter what they believed, no matter the color of their skin, no matter what religion they practice, no matter who they love, no matter how they create a family. That kind of place, those kind of people are what we have come to find."
Now, please hold your star in front of your heart. With your star, where your thoughts and feelings meet, we repeat these words. May this star remind me
May this star remind me
of the brightness and wisdom
of the brightness and wisdom
that is with me wherever I go.
that is with me wherever I go. Now, let us hold this star, if you're in it for the long haul, while we hear our cantors sing "O Little Town of Bethlehem."
The wise ones brought with them gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And hopefully something a little more practical, something that would help this young family, like diapers or gift cards. And so the wise ones bring with them these gifts that will help this new family begin in the world.
All creatures, great and small, drawn by the bright star and all the visitors who were coming, wanted to see the little baby sleeping in the manger. All living creatures share our earth home with us and are part of our earth family.
And that is what happened on the first Christmas. Jesus was born into the world. A loving family surrounded them. Friends gathered to celebrate them. And others came as well because they believed there was so much goodness inside all the people.
So it is in our world today. In a world that sometimes seems hopeless, we still look with hope to the future. Every time a baby is born, we hope that this child will be one of the ones who leads us to a world of righteousness. And every time we tell this Christmas story, it reminds us that we must go out and work for hope, peace, and love in this world. Our interconnected web of life ensures that we, you, and I, are the ones who are responsible for making sure this world is a better place for all the babies that are born. It is that work, the work of peace and justice throughout our world, that leads us each week through the doors of our sanctuary. We now invite you to take out your final item in your bag, your candle. And as we look around the sanctuary at our cast of characters, let us shine our light unto the world and hear our cantors and our radio players sing joy to the world.
Heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth, now gladness reigns. Let hearts their songs adore. While fields and floods, hills and plains repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy.
Good job, guys. Thank you for joining our pageant. Woo! I want to say thank you to our cantors, to Nikki and Grace and Holly. And I want to say thank you to Tristan and David and Wylie for providing our sounds today. They were our Foley artists. And to Ian, Monica, and Amanda, and I'm Lissa, and thank you everyone for joining us. It was so much fun.